So, Savage, I was just playing. All right, welcome. It's day 2 of getting max allocation through TopStep. We didn't take any trades yesterday, mainly because we missed our first initial setup, so we decided to just call it a day. And get off the charts. My phone going dummy. So today's Tuesday. There's no news today. We kind of opened up within this range of London. We did take out London lows, but I don't anticipate there being a lot of expansion today, simply because we've pretty much had efficient price delivery for the past couple of days so far, so there's not a lot of gaps or anything on the charts for real for us to target. The only thing that I do see, well, we could just start, our top-down analysis together. I've already looked at it, but I'll just break it down to you guys. So the only thing that we have on the higher time frame is that we've taken out previous day lows, but we took those out at like 8 p.m. yesterday. So we've also filled this 4-hour gap up here. If we go down to the 1-hour chart, those London lows are not right. But we are on the 1-hour chart right now, and you guys can see that we have no unfilled gaps, no unmitigated gaps here or anywhere on the charts for that matter, within this entire leg. So there's no gaps here, no gaps here. There is one on ES right here that we've already filled. Mark it out. Yeah, that's the gap right there, but that's all there is. If we go down, that's the 1 minute. It's the 1 minute. I was wondering why that's so weird. Yeah, so this is the 1 hour, and as you can see, there's no gaps on the 1 hour. We've already filled all these imbalances, so there's no reason for price to continue up. There's not even any low resistance liquidity for us to really target up here other than London highs. So what I am looking for is, if we go down to the 30-minute here on both indexes, we do have this 30-minute gap that's right here that is unmitigated, resting right above London highs. Well, I just looked at ES. Yeah, I just looked at NQ. So this is mitigated on. This is already mitigated. So yeah, that one's already mitigated on NQ. So I'm trying to build a consensus for what I want to see. I was kind of hoping that we would come up, and I think there's a 15-minute above here then. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we would come here, take out London highs, tap into this 15-minute gap, and then whatever fair value gaps we made on this manipulation leg to the upside, we could then make those as targets and take profits to come back and revisit those areas. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting any of that. It just seems like we're going to be getting straight dump work today. Straight dump work, because there's nothing lower here. There's nothing lower, which is why I don't believe, and I'm not convinced at all, that we're going to be bearish today, because there's nothing for us to target down here. Even if we're on the 4-hour time frame, there's nothing for us to target other than external draws. So we've already hit this draw. Now, what, we're supposed to come and take out this draw? No. So the only spot for us to go is up today. So from looking at this and from continuing to look at this, it does seem like, is we have an SMT from here to here. Have an SMT off those lows. It's not a key area though. it's not a key area. There was a 15-minute gap here, but we've already disrespected that, and we've already mitigated that fair value gap. So that's not something I'm really looking for. But what I would like to see is NQ come and take out this draw right here. Would like to see NQ take out that draw while ES is staying above the sell side right here. While ES stays above that sell side. And then we could potentially target London highs with just a lot of reduced risk. We could probably risk $100 on this because this isn't my model anymore per se. You know what I'm saying? We've already taken out a good bit of the low resistance liquidity that was generated pre-market from here to these highs, but we never took out this, which I feel like would be a pretty easy target. So we have the SMT there, and maybe we can ride this up to the 15-minute gap that I was talking about, and then take the real trade on the manipulation. Back down. But we're gonna drop down to the lower time frame on the 5-minute. We'll see if we can, get some sort of V-shaped recovery off of this. See if we can get some sort of V-shaped recovery. That'd be nice. Make it easy on us so we don't have to do any extra work. Come on, man. Savage, I always play your mixtape. Young Savage, why you trapping so hard? Why do you trapping so hard? Why you got a 12-car garage? Cuddy nigga pussy and I'm hard. Alright, so ES is going to take out that draw as well. Young Savage, why you trapping so hard? Man, why do you nigga capping so hard? I wonder why my noise isn't going off anymore about my alerts getting hit. I like the noise that it used to do. I'll mark this off. Mark that off, and then what did it? And then bow. You feel me? Alright, so you guys have the overall consensus and what we're looking for. So you guys have the overall consensus, so I'll come back to you guys once we actually look at taking a setup. I might as well explain to you guys my situation. So currently, I just want to make it clear that I have $150,000 worth of funding as of right now. I used to have more, but I lost it, obviously. So right now I have a PA Apex account that is $2,500 in drawdown after I've taken about 4 or 5 payouts from that account. And then from there I have a 50K Alpha Futures account. I have a 50K Alpha Futures account that is brand new, never taken a trade on it yet. And then I'm also working on 150K TopStep challenge. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know and pop up the proof and evidence for you guys to show that that's what I'm working on right now. So after I get the next 50K funded, the plan is to obviously buy another account and then continue to trade and go from there. So yeah, I just figured I'd throw that in there while we are still waiting on something. Initially for NQ and for everything, I was just overall gonna wait on a pullback into one of these 5-minute gaps, but it doesn't seem like that we're going to retrace. Obviously not. Obviously we're not going to retrace, but it's just insane that we can just right from the open. It doesn't even seem fair that we can drop this far and not see any sort of pullback. But after we do sweep, this is a huge external draw right here, and I'm not even gonna lie. This external draw is absolutely insane. We definitely don't go down here, but after we hit this external draw, I believe that we have then created enough liquidity to the downside because we have taken out everything lower. On ES, we will have an SMT, I believe. Or no, we will, right? Let me see. We will. So on ES, we will end up having an SMT, a very strong SMT off of this external draw. And then since we've had this downside push, we will have many reasons and many targets to go back to the upside. Hence this 15-minute fair value gap, and then all of these 5-minute gaps that we've left behind on this push to the downside. Same thing with NQ. We have a gap everywhere on the charts. So that's what we're waiting on, and I'll be back whenever that happens. We are looking at taking shorts just down to this external draw. I'm actually starting to like the shorts a lot more as we begin to print lower. Highest time frame inversion is this 5-minute gap right here. It's just going to be one contract. Inverse it on both indices and stuff like that. So I don't want to sell. Let me get my MNQ up here on this. MNQZ. So we're gonna take one.
Order filled.
Order filled.
I don't want to be in that heavy on this account at all. I'm in way too heavy on my eval account. I need to find an MNQ. But this is the trade we're in right now. So we got short. So went short right here. Our break-even point will be after we take out this low right here. Or no, I think we should actually be break-even right now. Inverse that 4-minute. So yeah, we're gonna go break-even. Or are we? Are we within side of anything? No, we're not within anything. So the reason why we went short. What's happening, bro? Where's mine? I gotta close out this trade on this account. So we went short. Hold on, I gotta close out this trade right there.
Order filled.
All right, so we went short on this because we had the highest time frame inversion was this 5-minute gap right here. We also tapped into this 15-minute gap that I was actually looking as a target at first, and then it actually ended up getting tapped into on both. So since we tapped into it on both, we just ended up since we tapped into it on both, we did just end up taking the shorts, expecting price to now come and make this push down to this draw right here. We're starting to get a retracement, tapping into that 1-minute gap, but we're just targeting overall this external draw. But right now, this is the point where we're going to look to be going break even at. And then the all-time take profit is going to be about right here. So this is our break even point. Just a simple mech model short down to these lows. Hoping we can get down there because we did see some resistance on it. But as of right now, ES is looking good. We did just inverse this 4-minute gap as well. So in theory, we should be fine. Definitely want to see price just flush through these lows, so we're going to go ahead and go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going break even there. I don't want to see price after we inverse all of this right here. I don't want to see price pull back. It's looking like that's what's going to happen. We are going to get stopped at break even, which is fine because I don't want to be in a trade where we lose anyway when we're supposed to win. But on the funded account, for our TopStep funded account, we are up $1,200. Get this screenshot right here. So on the funded account, we are up $1,200. We're basically at 50% of the way already. So nothing to worry about on that account for today. But like I said, this is a simple mech short, just starting to give us some problems, which is why I went break even. I'm fine with breaking even on this trade. I don't want to, but it looks like it's gonna have to be what happens, because we have to respect this 1-minute gap right here, obviously. Starting to get a lot of volatility here, but it's fine. Well, the reason, like, for anybody that's just started trading, like, it's good to see this real time, because as much as I want to close here, I understand that I can't. I'm targeting a 1 to 5 or 1.5, so I have to get that 1.5 for risk management purposes. Maybe if we get this 1 to 1, then I look. But sorry, I know my mic be picking up everything. I had a lot of beer last night, but very simple trade, and I actually like the setup. I've never targeted an external draw before. That's always my absolute last TP. So maybe we TP here if we can get here. But it's not looking like we will. But yeah, I've never targeted an external draw for TP1 ever. It's never hit. Like, they never hit. Actually, yes. Yeah.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
It's fine. Either way, took that win on our TopStep account, which is pretty much the most important thing. We're literally down $2 on our funded account. Never actually hit this break-even point, so completely fine. Got taken out at break even there. Tapping into this 5-minute gap. We could look to take another setup, but we're very stuck right now. We're within the 15-minute gap. We're also within a 30-minute gap, and the only thing we have lower is an external draw on liquidity, which I hate. So I don't even feel good about taking another setup today, because we look short-term bullish and then we went long again. I just don't like. I don't love it, so I'm not gonna take it. But I'm gonna get off for today. For those of you guys who watched to the end, I appreciate you guys. And right now we're trying to obviously get this max allocation. So Make sure you guys subscribe, join for the journey, and maybe one of these days I'll show up with a haircut. Or do I want to go short again? Because like I said, our break-even point was here, and we went break-even prior to that. Now I have to do some self-reflection and figure out, why did I go break-even before? Was it a good break-even? Only the world may know, but we went break-even because we inversed the 5-minute, inversed the 2-minute, and then obviously got the CISD, and then we inverse another 1-minute gap. Maybe not. Tapped into the 5-minute. I definitely should have not went break even, but I don't know. I don't love the drawn liquidity that we used. I think external draws on liquidity are extremely low probability of actually getting taken out, but today might be the day I paid for it. But